Bajira on Asmongold negativity.
Say good things in the beginning, and then start to make negative content like as soon as the launch hype fades a little bit, you immediately start shitting on the game because negative content generates more views.
Yep.
Right. So Asmongold made a post, a rant. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but of course, yeah. Asmon does his thing, makes big sort of flashy negative thumbnails to get the most views possible, which in turn has a negative impact on players' impression of the game. Even if in the video he like loves the game and is saying good things about it, that thumbnail alone, the title alone, will influence millions of players to think, well, this game's really going downhill. I saw an Asmongold video title that said, the problem that's killing Lost Ark or whatever, right? You gotta be careful about that. Not saying anything bad about Asmongold. That's just the game, right? Hype in the beginning, doom and gloom immediately upon the first hint of the hype fading. Doom and gloom from then on out. Even though Asmongold probably plays that game 18 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Only 18. Number one, I love Bajira. I like Bajira. I don't want to see anybody shitting on Bajira. So
think, well, this game's really going downhill. I saw an Asmongold video title that said, the problem that's killing Lost Ark or whatever, right?
However, this is not a good chart. So people can be unhappy with the way that I cover videos and I cover games, but there's a lot of people saying that I'm being negative, but nobody here is saying that I'm wrong. I'm right. That's why people stopped playing the game. That's why finally they're picking shit up and they're improving Lost Ark again. They are. They're starting to improve it again. And do you know why? It's because people stopped playing. Good title, I just let them do it and that's it, right? I mean, I don't want to deal with it. That's the main thing, right? And so like with WoW, there's been a lot of conversation lately. I saw this actually with Belluar, and this is the main thing. Like you're saying, I'm being negative about the game. I think really, I mean, this is the way that most people play video games, right? It's that they'll play the game and they'll be very excited for it for a period of time. And then after that period of time is over, they're no longer excited about it because they've already experienced the game. And now they're starting to see the problems in the game. So like really, whenever Bajir is explaining this, what he's really explaining is like, this is just simply the lifespan and the life cycle of a video game in the average person, right? He's talking about content creators though. Well, wouldn't it make sense that content creators would make content that's the same as other people because content creators are also people? So like most people go into games, right? And like, yeah, you have the honeymoon phase. Everything is great. Like I thought Shadowlands was good at the beginning. And I think I was right. It was really fun. And the problem really was that nothing changed for so long. So it's like, in a lot of cases, I'm not even wrong for being excited at the beginning and disappointed at the end. I think it's just the truth. Being positive and then mostly negative is different than having a balanced take. Well, I think that people that are... everybody always criticizes me for being negative or whatever, but nobody actually picks out the thing that I say that's wrong. And that's like, if I say something that's wrong, like, pick it out, clip it, talk about it, be like, you said this is fucking wrong, you're not right, and this is why. You said thumbnails are the problem? Oh yeah, I get that. I understand that. People, I don't agree with the thumbnails argument though. I actually don't. And so I can provide a couple of examples of why I think that it's inaccurate. So the first example of why I think that it's inaccurate is the thumbnail and the video title that I used for Sepulchre of the First Ones. So in Sepulchre of the First Ones, I had the title of the video, World of Warcraft's new raid is so bad, Asmongold quits. A lot of people were very unhappy about this title, like people in the WoW community, Max, I remember Max was unhappy about it. I don't remember a lot of other people, like, I mean, again, I'm not taking it personally. And so they were like, well, it's not really the raid that's bad. It's like your group that was bad. And so, and it's like, why are you shitting on the raid? You hardly even did the raid. And so like, I had a conversation with my editors, and, like, there was a part of me that's like, well, I don't want to change it because fuck them. Like, they're not going to tell me what to do. But then I thought about it more, and it's like, yeah, it's not really the raid. It's like just, it was more about, like, Alliance being, like, really underpopulated at the time. And, like, we couldn't really field a good group of people to play with. So we ended up not really doing much in the raid. And so we changed the title. So I think that's an example of a title and a thumbnail being inaccurate to an extent that people were unhappy about it, and this was reflected in the comments, and it was reflected in the likes and dislike ratio in the video, right? So you have to post it on my titles, keep lowest common denominator to watch it. Well, the difference is not, it's not just that, right? It's that the lowest common denominator, you can say whatever you want with it, but the truth is that I was right. Like, you cut out all the bullshit, and Sepulchre of the First Ones was the worst raid they've made. If you look at completion rates, and you look at the amount of time that people invested into that raid, I was right. On the first day, I was right. Everybody else got mad at me. They said, you don't deserve to say this because you didn't complete the raid. That's fine. But I was right. Because it was so bad, it caused Blizzard to completely rethink the way they did World First and the way that they did Mythic. And they basically went out and said they're never going to make another raid like Sepulchre of the First Ones ever again. So even whenever everybody collectively agreed that I was wrong with this, and I changed because I said, I don't think this is entirely fair. We'll have to play out and see what it's like, right? Because at the time, Mythic had not come out. But I thought the raid was just bad, you know, in general. But okay, fine. I changed the title. And so the one time that people did have a specific example of me being wrong, and I was just like, whatever, I'll change it, I ended up being right. That's why nobody cleared Sepulchre. That's why tons of raiding guilds quit Sepulchre. I feel like you've been overly negative on topics, like going hard. I don't know about that. I think I've been positive about a number of things. I've been positive about, I was positive about Lies of P, especially coming out. Like, I was even positive with, like, that one criticism video that I had watched. I was positive with No Man's Sky. I was positive with Armored Core. I was positive with New World. Yeah, sure. Yeah, what's up, man?
Yo,
Hey.
dude. I love this conversation because I agree with you. And what you're saying, because a lot of times if you watch the content,
Yeah.
this is why they get upset. If you watch the content and you see the context, it's like, okay, yeah, what you're saying makes sense, and it's not actually what the title is saying.
Yeah.
But you have to have the title that way because YouTube is bullshit. And you've got two algorithms. You've got the mathematical YouTube algorithm, and then you got the social algorithm that you're working against. So you got to get people to click on it in the first place, you know?
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, like, but it's also like I give my editors full autonomy to do whatever they want. Like, they can make videos that make me look bad, and I'm completely okay with it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's a line, but, like, we've never even gotten to that line. So it's like, how am I going to get mad about that? And also, like, if you look at TikTok, I didn't know this, but, like, I get over, like, 1 million, 2 million views a day on TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok.
You're really popular with that audience.
Yeah, I don't know why. But, like, I don't do any of that. I don't make any of that. So, like, if somebody makes a video of me talking about something on TikTok, I didn't do that. And I didn't license the person to do that. They're just explaining it in this way.
Right. Well, like, what I'm saying here is the reason why, like, other people get mad, like, I think a lot of other content creators, is because they might not watch the video. And they just see the title and they're like, okay, well now people are going to think this. Now,
yeah,
they're not wrong completely because people are dumb and they do read a title and they do look at a thumbnail and then they're like, yeah, and they don't even watch the video. Yeah, they don't even care about it. You know what I mean? But that's what I think they're getting upset about is because they're like, oh, well, like Asmon has this big audience. It's when, like, if it's negative, like if it's negative, it's going to be more popular. But that's what I think they get upset about.
I don't think that negative content is more popular. So, like, for example, the video about No Man's Sky that I did yesterday has 300,000 views. It's my third most watched video of the day, of that day at least, right? And it's a positive video. So the truth is actually that positive or negative content does not get more views intrinsically. But negative content has a tendency to, because people
Well, I
are
think it's
more
easier
like,
to do.
well, it's not that it's easier to do. It's that whenever you're providing feedback onto something, an individual is, I think, 7 or 9 times more likely. This is like a statistical, like fucking studied thing, to provide negative feedback than positive feedback. So people are going to seek out things that are negative more often, but that doesn't mean that those things that are negative are wrong. And it also doesn't mean that being negative will inherently get you more viewers. Like, for example, if I go and I start shitting on No Man's Sky, or I say something bad about Baldur's Gate, or I say something bad about Classic WoW, I've said bad things about Classic WoW Hardcore, and I've even criticized different things in new games, right? Like, for example, this new Lies of P game. There's a couple of mechanics in the game I don't really like very much, and people are not happy that I criticize those mechanics because they think they're fine. So, in all of those cases, those are instances of me providing positive coverage that reflects and reinforces the views of people that they already have. Because people don't watch content to have their mind changed. They watch content to be told that they're right.
Yeah, they want to feel validated in whatever they think.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Well, what I'm saying is specifically with how YouTube works, right? Like, there's 2 algorithms. There's the social algorithm, and there's the YouTube algorithm. So, based on what you were saying, do you think people will engage more with negative content because they're more likely to give negative feedback, right?
I think it's a very interesting conversation. Number one, Dorky, thanks a lot for the raid. I appreciate it, man. I think I saw a clip, actually, of you talking about the add-ons thing, and might get around to that today. And what's up, man? So, yes, to answer your question, absolutely. Now, why does negative content generate more controversy? It's very simple. It's because algorithms on social media prioritize engagement, and negativity solicits engagement at a higher ratio than positivity does. So whenever you have a negative comment, it's going to, or negative video or something negative, especially this is very common on Twitter, where you can see like a tweet that has like 4,000 likes and it has like 10 million views. It's because it's got fucking like 1 million people quote retweeting it, talking about how stupid the person is. So I think that's a big reason too. It's the way that social media algorithms are designed. But I think the biggest thing, to be honest, is straight up, people like to hear what they already know. So whenever I talk about, and like if you scroll down and you look at this stuff, I like this Cyberpunk, for example. This is the new Cyberpunk. I did this 3 days ago. It has 400,000 views. That's a lot of views, right? And this video is just me watching a trailer and being completely positive and saying, I think I might try out Cyberpunk with the new patch. So like again, and why is that video popular? Because I am saying the thing that people want to hear. Yeah.
I think that's that is a big part of it. But like, I mean, going back to that negativity though, I mean, look at like the 2 Unity videos, which are way longer, and usually longer videos don't perform as well because of how it's pushed and watch time and retention percentages, stuff like that.
Oh, you're absolutely right. The Unity thing was really bad, but if you can
but also to your point, that is something that people believe. People believe that it's really bad.
Yeah, everybody is universally in agreement that the Unity thing is bad. And like, for example, the esports video that I did, this was 2 days ago. It only has 250,000 views, 247, and it's 30 minutes long. So there's plenty of videos, and like that's a great amount of views. Like, I'm not complaining at all, but like it's a lot lower than the Unity ones, right? I'm just comparing them to other things. And this is another example, and again, it's also about the game. Like Blue Protocol, nobody really gives a fuck about Blue Protocol right now. So I make a negative video about Blue Protocol where I watch a video about it, and it only has 145,000.
Yeah.
So it's just like
it's all algorithm. Like it's the specificity of like people specifically looking for Blue Protocol stuff, right? Versus randomly getting a push to video. Maybe I've seen an Asmongold video, and then I got the Asmongold YouTube virus, right?
That's a great thing to have.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you see like what with Asmongold's face, and you're like, oh yeah, what Asmongold? Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like, being positive about, like, for example, Unreal 5.3 came out, and I watched like a video like talking about all the new stuff. This has over.
Oh, dude, that was so sick.
It was fucking crazy,
that video's
dude.
so sick, dude.
I know, like he makes such good ones, and like the thing is, Like, I cover every single one of these, and I'm super positive about the entire thing. And, like, it's the same thing with New World. I'm super positive about it. I'm super positive about, or he's probably positive about the Thamine stuff that's being added into Lost Ark. So, like, whenever you have so many examples that, I think if you were to graph this, I think that you could probably make, like, a very light correlation. But I think that if you did another graph between what is the average gamer sentiment on YouTube versus what is my video take, and you did a graph, I think you would find a 1-to-1 correlation. That the videos that I have that have the, you know, opinions that everybody wants to hear, those are the ones that people are going to like. Naturally.
Wait, no, go back.
To where?
Scroll back up. Just like 3 or 4 more scrolls. One more. Yeah, you're good right there.
Okay. Yeah, and so anyway, yeah, and like that was a popular one too. And everybody loved those. And so like that's also a positive video, etc. It's a flawed perspective at the core, but you can't compare cars and airplanes. What I'm saying is true, and the evidence is the fact that I have a lot of people that watch the videos. Because I know what stuff people want to hear about. And also, keep in mind, I want you guys to remember this, okay? Before we get, because Asmongold, Overwatch 2. So, do you remember whenever I went, I went to war with chat? And everybody was getting...
Hey, which time? What day?
Well, this was last month, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was like somewhere around here.
It's been that long?
Whenever I said that Overwatch 2 wasn't that bad and people were completely blowing it out of proportion. And
yeah, Overwatch 2 wasn't that bad.
I don't think so either. But like, I mean, I can see why people, again, I think that the problem is that Overwatch 2's audience is primarily Overwatch 1 players. And for Overwatch 1 players, Overwatch 2 is a downgrade, whereas I do think it's an upgrade for like the game as a whole. But if you were an Overwatch 1 player, I can see why you wouldn't feel that way.
You know where Blizzard blew it? Is calling it Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Like, that alone, like, they should not have called it Overwatch 2, because it literally set them up for failure. Because it's that, like, lowest common denominator that I'm talking about, and it's not lowest common denominator in terms of stupidity. It's in terms of like knowledge and information. Yeah. Like people don't know shit about what it is. So when you hear Overwatch 2, you think it's a new game with like it's just not even the same thing. It's like, no, it's a big patch. I mean, it's a huge patch, right?
Yeah.
But it's still a patch.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm just saying like with and like, well, the point I was trying to make is like, you're right. Number one, they did fuck up with that. But like the point I was trying to make was that this game, like, it's not that I'm afraid to have an opinion that's not in line with the norm, because I've had a lot of opinions with the norm, and I've had a lot of opinions that are the opposite, and people have gotten really mad at me for those, and I've stuck by those, and I've said, guys, I'm sorry that you're so stupid, and I've held on to this. So whenever I have people calling me out for being negative in videos, I think that in a lot of cases, sometimes I am negative, but in a lot of cases, I'm also right. So,
yeah,
you know, that's really what it comes down to. And inconvenient for the ones to pull the wool over people's eyes. Yeah, and I know Bajira loves WoW, and he's a huge fan of WoW, and I'm a huge fan of WoW, and I like Bajira. So I have nothing negative to say about him or anything like that. And I think that it is really disappointing and kind of sad, right? Where you have all these people that are playing WoW and everybody's just playing hardcore. Nobody cares about like, where's the biggest retail WoW stream?
Retail sucks ass.
I'm trying to find it.
Retail's been sucking ass, dog.
Jesus. So where is it? Oh, right here. 239 viewers. This is crazy. Look at this.
I mean, I would play hardcore if my the reason I'm not playing hardcore is I PvP and I play Ret Paladin. Like, yeah, I don't want to play Ret and PvE without any PvP, because then it's like my whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, I don't know. I would probably do would you do a Season of Mastery too?
Absolutely, I would.
I think I'd be down to do
Yeah.
to do a class. I wouldn't play the same way. Like I wouldn't go Grand Marshal and all that stuff again.
Mhm.
But I would do it. I would just. I mean, I've already done everything.
Oh,
so I
Bashir's
would
in
just,
chat. Yo, what's up, man? Think you're the legend? Yeah, how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well.
Yo,
What's up?
dude, Bajira's here, the god. Dude, did you see that picture of him recently
Which one?
on Twitter?
It's like being ripped like this?
Dude, his
Yeah.
freaking skin has muscles now.
Yeah, I saw that. I did. So yeah, man, I get it. I mean, I just, I mean, honestly, I want the game to be better too, and that pin is well thought out. It was an old clip. Oh, bro, like the thing is, like you know, like that drama that happened today with like Belluer and fucking Ryan Shinglish, Panda, whatever you know him by. Like that's why they're trying to get that on the bandwagon. So I totally get it. Yeah, you know how I am, right? It's fine. Belluer went off. Yeah, Belluer was very upset. I'm pretty sure, like, World of Warcraft, like, how many... So if you count the amount of retail WoW streams... Oh my god. It's less than 1,000... It's probably less than, like... Less than 1,500 viewers.
There's also, like, nothing, like... There's
Yeah.
nothing really going on in retail WoW. Right? Like, there's no, like when was the patch? It was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a while. It was actually, like, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. That's about it.
My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I
My
mean,
bad.
I mean, like, your YouTube like, here's an example for you, right? Is, like, your YouTube content with, like, Baldur's Gate popped the fuck off. Like, it did really, really well.
Yeah,
So-
but Baldur's Gate's dude, when are you gonna play Baldur's Gate?
Oh, wow, no. They pay you to say that? Oh, God.
They-
yeah,
they
no,
should.
no. Yeah. I need to get into that. I just, like, I'm so bad at playing new games. Like, there's this game coming out kind of soon. I think it's in, like, an hour or something like that. It's called The First Descendant. I'll play it tonight. You can see what it's like, and
There
you
is
know.
way the hell too many new games.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
It's actually like we were spoiled this year.
It's
it's
so
bad.
crazy.